This is Jupiter, a familiar sight to us. It exerts its gravitational force on Earth, tearing it apart with its powerful tides. Of course, this is just a simulated scene from a science fiction movie. But is Jupiter really that terrifying? What would happen if a person fell into Jupiter? What would they see or experience? In reality, Jupiter is not the dreamy and beautiful planet we see through telescopes. Its character is extremely violent. Just the Great Red Spot alone, spanning thousands of kilometers, could completely engulf our Earth. Jupiter is so massive that it can fit over 1,300 Earths inside it. The combined mass of all the planets in the solar system only accounts for 35% of Jupiter's mass. Let's take a glimpse into the inner world of Jupiter. It is a gas giant, and whether it has any solid land is still a mystery. Imagine wearing a regular spacesuit and leaping from a spacecraft 300,000 kilometers away from Jupiter, attempting to plunge into its depths. Due to Jupiter's powerful magnetic field and radiation, the radiation might penetrate your spacesuit as soon as you step out, causing your demise. But let's say you have a special spacesuit that is radiation-proof. Now you can successfully descend into Jupiter. What would you see? As you enter the atmosphere of Jupiter, you would be falling at a speed of 180,000 kilometers per hour from the top of its atmosphere. This is much faster than falling from Earth because Jupiter has a stronger gravitational pull. At this point, you would witness a spectacular sight with intense storms reaching wind speeds of 480 kilometers per hour. You would still be able to see the sun, but you wouldn't feel its warmth because the temperature on Jupiter has dropped to minus 150 degrees Celsius. Despite wearing specialized equipment, you would still feel the chilling cold. Due to Jupiter's rapid rotation, you would feel like you are in a colorful, stormy world. But this is just the beginning. You would descend another 120 kilometers from the top of the atmosphere. If NASA's Galileo spacecraft were still operational, you would catch a glimpse of it as it had flown to this depth. However, at this point, the Galileo spacecraft would have been crushed by Jupiter's immense pressure. But you, wearing your special suit, wouldn't have to worry about that. As you continue to descend into the depths of Jupiter, sunlight becomes weaker and darkness slowly engulfs you. At this point, apart from the violent lightning on Jupiter, which is 10,000 times stronger than on Earth, you would hardly see any light. However, you would feel increasingly hot, and the pressure would become immense. Jupiter's force, which is over 100 times greater than Earth's, would relentlessly attack your equipment. But by now, you would have reached the inner layers of Jupiter, surrounded by a liquid hydrogen atmosphere. It would feel as if you have fallen into an ocean of hydrogen, and you would descend for another 12 hours in a dazed state. Finally, you would pass through this region of liquid hydrogen, but the temperature would now be close to the surface of the sun, reaching 6,000 degrees Celsius, and the pressure would have increased 200 times. You would have landed, but it would also be the last time you see this 27,000 kilometer thick ocean of liquid hydrogen. At this point, even if your equipment were made of tungsten, which has the highest melting point on Earth at 3,410 degrees Celsius, it would be utterly destroyed. Perhaps at this point, only Superman could survive and leave Jupiter alive. Jupiter is far more terrifying than we imagine, but it also protects our Earth like a friend. Perhaps we should be in awe and let it remain a beautiful mystery.